Hello and welcome to this July 21st, 2010 video version of Invested Central's Chart of the Day. I'm Tom Bowley, Invested Central's Chief Market Strategist, and it's my pleasure to provide you with today's Chart of the Day. This Chart of the Day is brought to you by StockCharts.com, simply the web's best financial charts. Today we are looking at Fifth Third Bancorp, ticker symbol FITB. If it looks familiar, it's because we featured it about a week ago. I thought this would be a good time to just kind of take a look back, what we saw then, what the stock has done, and actually it looks like it might be in for another reversal at this point in time. Back on July the 13th, I believe it was, or maybe July 12th, we set this up as a potential trade. We were trading right around the 50-day moving average right in here, and we connected the trend line, and we indicated that many times when you get a stock like FITB that has already tested a trend line multiple times, it's easy to spot these types of trend line tests, and many times you'll see analysts that will look at this type of a chart and decide to take a position. So it's almost a self-fulfilling type prophecy. Now FITB, looking at the chart here, you can see that this was the fourth time right after we put this out as a potential short. We had closed, I think, at 1327 this day. But on the very next day, we went up to about 1370, and we talked about a second entry on a short position maybe being up around that 1360 area. And you can see we did get up just a little bit above that. So that would have gotten us into an average around 1343 or so. On multiple entries, and from there we looked for a possible move back down to test the recent low, which was down at about 1175 area, and take a look 5-6 days later. There we were, actually on Tuesday, gapping down, opening at 1157, trading as low as 1137, and then coming back up and closing at 1178. Volume trends, we point out, were very weak. They continue to be weak. On this move down over the last week, you can see volume has really picked up. So this is not a healthy stock. But off of the 5 or 6 days where we've been moving lower, we did print this hollow candle, and many times that is a short-term type of reversal. We would look for the 20-day moving average to serve as resistance to the top side. Right now that's at 1281, so consider that to be a key target area in the short term if it does reverse and head higher. To the downside, if FITB closes back down below about 1150 or so, actually Tuesday's open was 1157, but if you give it a little bit of room down to about 1150, you get a close much below 1150, especially if the volume's heavy, then we would be very careful on any long position. Make sure we take a small loss and move back to the sidelines. We also had pointed out that the RSI, any time in a downtrend when you get that RSI to push up near 60, that's generally not a bad time within a downtrend to think about going short. RSI, a lot of times when you're, normally RSI 70 is overbought, but many times in a downtrend, RSI never gets much above 60, as you can see back in early May, again in mid-June, and then again a little more than a week ago when we featured it before. You can see that the RSI got up close to 60 on each occasion and then failed and turned back down. So FITB turned out to be a very good call from a short perspective a week ago. Now with this hollow candle, it looks like it potentially could be a short-term bottom in the stock. But again, keep your stops in play. Make sure that any movement to the downside doesn't get away from you. I hope you've enjoyed our presentation today. Be sure to check out our chart of the day every day at investedcentral.com. While you're there, sign up for our free weekly Market Pulse newsletter and have the chart of the day emailed directly to you. Happy trading.